so slow. Making love to the beat, girl, it sounds so slow. I'm in fuck with a G, girl, you already know.
Yo, we back again. Word 'em up. Yo, son, we gonna take a little trip up to Maryland, feel me? Shout out to my sister, yo. You haven't heard lately, I drop a verse daily. I'm about to lay the rose petals for boxing first lady. Ask Cash, she not in it for a cash grab. She passionate when she speaking to make the crabs mad. Ashley's Corner got the news for the boxing heads. Whether you ball, rockin' waves, or you got the dreads. Cowboys bummy, nose runny, ain't nothing funny. These little dummies will sell their own mommy for insurance money. Tuning in on weekends, my favorite getaway. Giving you the boxing analogy every Saturday. Plus she got a hyperlink, so if you got a dime, spend some time and go to bonfire.com/store/love-in-sports, and you can lurk, hit the search, you could get a shirt. If you ain't learned by now, you never will. She got the clever skills where the sneakers are in high heels. All the cats boring now, they was boring then. There's no defeating the Ashley's like a media. With knowledge like a thesaurus, encyclopedia. Them other lame channels remedial, make me sleepier. I tried to warn you, if I say again, your ass are gonna. Y'all informants, get the hell away from Ashley's Corner. You lose a leg if you step a toe past the border. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner. Word 'em up. Ash Cash. We in the building, son. Judah Ben. Tell a friend, yo. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner.
What is poppin'? What's good? What is good, fight fans and everybody that's going to hear this on the playback? What is poppin' with you? Hope all is well to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button when you come in the building. You share the channel, sub to the channel if this is your first time being here. We're going to get right into it because this is just how I like to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Salute to TY Boxing is in the building. What is popping with you, sir? What is good with you? Salute to you. All things AMC FSG, always in the building. You're always in here early too. Salute to you. Definitely appreciate you. Salute to you, Mike Biggs Boxing is in the building too, yo. What is popping with you? And everybody that's not hitting no buttons right now. Salute to everybody that can hear me talking. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Listen, it's quite a bit to talk about today. It is. It's quite a matter of fact. Let me get this out the way because I'm gonna forget later on. It's quite a bit to talk about. I'm all up for suggestions, like always, for topics, or for whatever y'all want to talk about. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And as promised, like every time I go live, when I remember, I will be, I can't do it on my computer. I have to go on my phone. I will be dropping the link and pinning it every time I'm live now. I need to go to it. Shit. I don't know why my phone, well, I know why I do that shit. I know why I do it. Hold on. KP from KC is in the building. What is popping with you? Almost didn't see you there. Hold on. There it is. Salute to you. Salute GD. What is good with you? Yeah, you on time like a motherfucker, yo. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, you on time. You's on time. Look, I got interviews to play. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to hear. So I didn't listen to all of these interviews that I'm gonna play. I heard some of them, parts of them. You know what I'm saying? But I did not hear everything that I'm about to play. But people been talking. People got a lot to say about what's been going on in boxing nowadays. It's a lot of talk about Turki Al-Sheikh, just showing his true colors. He don't see nothing wrong with it either. You could tell by the way he talking and the way he moving. He don't see nothing wrong with what he doing. I could tell the fans and the people that thought that it was all good just a week ago with Turki Al-Sheikh and didn't think nothing was wrong with him because he was spending and losing millions of dollars and giving us a break by giving us $20 pay-per-views that everything was going to be cool and steady. I was trying to tell people that it's the reason why that shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? And nothing is anything that's too good to be true ain't. You know what I'm saying? And it's a matter of time before shit change. You know what I'm saying? I had to let some men know, and just put it in a different view for them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, look. Perhaps there was a woman. Picture Turki as a woman, and she came in just losing here and losing there. You kept fucking up. She just kept being happier and happier about it every time you fuck up, just happier and happier. You know what I'm saying? Giving you breaks, giving you this, it's a reason. I guarantee you it's a reason for that shit. And I guarantee you if that really happened in real life, you wouldn't trust a woman. You wouldn't trust no real person in your life that's just continuous. You just keep fucking up. And they just keep being cool. Yo, straw broke Turki's back, man. Yo, that evil hairline came the fuck out on a lot of boxers, and now they mad. He don't want you to jump around the ring and nobody get. He talking about no Tom and Jerry fights. He cheating, looking at scorecards, telling fighters what how many fucking rounds they're down. The latest stunt of tweeting that shit that he tweeted about Shiraz and Shakur is straight up nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I fully believe it. You feel me? I don't know when Shakur became Turki's favorite. We already know, you know what I'm saying, Shiraz is Turki's favorite, but when did Shakur become Turki's favorite? I just don't get that. And you talking about a man that just said that he don't want nobody running around the ring. I'm not pointing at Shakur, but when you're looking at Zepeda, his opposition, Zepeda is the opposite of what Turki don't want to see. He is what Turki wants to see. So I don't even know about that tweet. I don't know how to take it. He might be trying to do some bullshit. He probably just be saying that shit to make everybody feel comfortable. But what I wanted to say about Turki, and I've been thinking about this for a month now, that it's like dead on. It's like dead. It's dead in the water when it comes to betting on any of his fights. Turki fucks up the better whole thought process on who's going to win the fight, because you don't know if he's going to do some baloney type shit. You don't know what's going to happen. What is up? What's up? Hold on. Damn. Lots of lies. Exactly. Lots of lies. Salute to you, GD. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
See, I'm multitasking and shit, but I'm tuning in. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you tuning in. Salute to you, Zach B. What is good with you? Hope all is well with you. Salute from Disney. Okay. Salute to you. That's why I don't trust Turki. I don't trust them either. The whole manipulation with David Benavidez just put me on the wrong side of the whole Turki train. I'm not in Bivol, the whole you fight for me when I want you to fight and I want you to fight over there shit is been done before. We've boxing has that shit is happening in boxing and we've gotten past that. That shit is years, decades old, and we're not going back to it, Turki. You're not gonna make fighters not fight certain platforms and shit. We're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. and he want to talk about what we're already working with Al Heyman. Like if that's what he wants, we already work with Al Heyman fighters. Yeah, you have worked with Al Heyman fighters, but Tank ain't. He don't. He is an Al Heyman fighter, but I'm more than sure he not gonna handle Gervonta Davis the same way he handled anybody else that he advised. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit is dead. But let me start from let's start from Shane, because I don't think Shane shit is that long. Hold on. Okay.
Definitely, but you have the knowledge and the wisdom, so you're just trying to help these younger fighters come up and make it more exciting. Like
can y'all hear that?
Fans, so they can buy the pay-per-views and come and help elevate the sport. So you're a gift to the boxing world, these young players.
I want to go to the fight. I want to go to the fight myself and be like, oh my God, that was great. Oh God, look at that shot. Oh my God, like that move. I want to be a fan. I don't want to go to the fight and fall asleep with my seat. Be falling asleep and be like, oh man, really like it needs him running and touching or whatever, or the other guy trying to catch the other guy and like, I'm like, I don't want to see this shit. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time just being here watching this. Is taking time from my life. I only got a few more years, I guess, maybe 20, 30, 40. I don't know how many more years I got, but
you got 50 time, man. You got another 50
from my life.
No, you got another 50 years, man.
Shane Mosey said it's taking time for his life sitting there watching that, touching the fighter. But let's see, all of us say we don't want to watch Tom and Jerry fights. Like the beginning of what Turki said is facts. Everything else what he said is he was in his feelings when he said that shit. But him saying that we don't want to watch Tom and Jerry fights, that we don't want to watch it. We don't want to watch a fighter chasing another fighter, because we always say that fighters need to learn how to cut off the ring. If one fighter want to run, okay, but we get mad at when the other fighter is chasing them and not cutting off the ring. So that's what Tom and Jerry is, and none of us like that shit.
I think so too. But I'm just saying, like, I'm taking time from my life, and you over here, playing around, and then you're going to get $20-30 million. I'm like, oh, really? That pissed me off. So I'm like, so I don't want to be around that type of stuff. But if you go out there, I don't care who you are.
He mad they got $20 million for it.
And the thing is, let me say this. The thing is, I know
Devin, Mike Brown,
because I was in camp with him. I know he can do it. I know Devin.
He can do both. He can do both.
Yeah.
He can go to war and he can box.
Exactly.
But
I see Devin in the gym. And he looked like I don't even think I could see a guy at 147. I was like 40, 47. Like, damn, I don't know who can beat this guy. This is how good he looked to me when he was training, get ready for that fight. This would piss me off. He looked so good. I was for sure it's gonna stop in the 56th round. Easy.
Wow.
Easy. I mean, it was like a.
Shane Mosley just said he was in camp watching Devin Haney train for Jose Ramirez. He said he looked so good in training that ain't nobody, he don't know who at 140 or 147 can stop this or beat this guy. He said that he was thinking that Devin Haney was going to stop Jose Ramirez in 5 or 6 rounds.
Like easy, it was no, like I had no like doubt. I was like, he about to stop this dude. Right?
Salute Rampage.
I seen him spar all the sparring partners. I seen them running. I seen them working hard. I seen them, like I was in the ring with us. I don't believe this. I was
Facts,
in the ring
KP.
I seen him throwing punches and moving and ducking and footwork. And we was in a small ring too. Moving, ducking, like they wouldn't.
He's saying he was in a small ring. He seen him doing everything, ducking and moving and everything. He said Devin looked great.
Big ring where you can run. He was in a small ring. He was going like 9, 10 up here in Big Bear, like working hard.
Big Bear.
Like really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked amazing. Devin looked amazing. He got to the fight, man, and I was like, I was thinking to myself, like, what this guy got? He gonna move around a couple rounds. They gonna try to put some sauce on him.
Some sauce.
Kept going. I was like, what's going on here? And then I was like, Bill, I almost like, Bill, what you doing? Did you tell him to run or move like that? What were we doing?
Yo, why did I thought that shit was funny as hell. He blamed it on Bill immediately. He said, Bill, what you told him to run or move? You told him to move like that? You told him to run or something? I thought that shit was funny. He blamed that shit on Bill immediately.
He beat this. He can knock this dude out. Hell, I believe I can knock this dude out.
It's disrespectful,
you know
Shane.
I'm talking about right now. Like I can
right now.
I can sauce him up. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw this dude up there fighting, I can sauce him up.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't know. So that's why I say what I say. Like, you know, it's not a sneak diss. It's like a wild moment for me. Like, wow, man, I don't really believe this. I don't believe what I'm seeing right now. And all the other people are saying they're all PTSD and all this other stuff. I'm like, damn, like I don't know if I can disagree. You know what I'm saying?
So Shane Mosley been in camp with this man the whole time. He said it pissed him off the way he fought Jose Ramirez. He thought that it looked great. He thought that he can stop Jose Ramirez in 5 or 6 rounds. So when he got out there, in front of the lights, in front of Jose Ramirez on game night, he said he looked so bad he can't disagree or argue with people saying that Devin has PTSD. Now, like I said earlier, it could be that, or it could be Devin having this issue with his baby mother / wife is a problem. A lot of fighters admit to the reason why they lost or look bad in the fight is because of their home life. And because he has a newborn child, children change people and make people feel differently about life and about themselves. Being that this is Devin's first child, and I think it's a boy. I'm not sure, but I think it's a boy. Even if it's a girl, regardless, like it's gonna make him feel bad that he can't see his child when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit is gonna get to him, no matter what type of man you are. You know what I mean? Especially if Devin wanted a child. Yeah, go ahead, baby. If Devin wanted that baby, it's killing him that he can't see the baby whenever he wants to. Especially if he got to deal with her, it's an extra headache. He's probably concerned of what's going to happen to his legacy as far as his fortune, because it seems like, I don't know this girl, it seems like people like her is out to do what she's about to set up and do. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot on his plate right now. Teofimo Lopez said that every time he lost is because of wifey. You know, it's a few fighters that already admitted and blamed that their losses or problems they had in their boxing career was due to outside relationships. Devin Haney could possibly have 18 years worth of shit on his hands, and this is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Like if this is added on just a little bit to whatever he's going through in the ring, as far as whatever happened to him with Devin Haney, with Ryan Garcia. And you have to say this, regardless of if you think Devin Haney was absolutely fine after that Ryan Garcia fight, he's the one that filed a motion to sue Ryan Garcia, and he called it assault and battery. So you have to look at it for what it is, and maybe it did something to Devin Haney. That's what I'm saying. He kind of put this on himself. People wouldn't really be saying that ass whooping was that serious if he didn't act like it and say it was multiple times and then try to get money out of the situation. How I was looking at it was totally different before he tried to slap a lawsuit on Ryan, because I thought that he was absolutely fine the way he was talking after the fight in the ring. And then he went out partying, saying it, and then after that, he was tweeting, rubbing it in their face that he had $30 million. Like, he was absolutely fine with the ass whooping. You understand what I'm saying? As long as he was getting the bread. You know what I mean? So, but because of the things he said and because of the actions he took, you have to look at it like what Ryan Garcia was detrimental to his career, right or wrong. You have to, because he the one who put it there. So I mean, salute to you, Leon Robinson. What is popping with you? What is
I
good?
was like, oh shit, this is crazy because I didn't. That's the first time I seen it when he got to the ring and fought. That's the first time I seen that.
Yeah.
I didn't see the character. I seen dog in him. He was running. He was doing all kinds of stuff. He was sparring with these guys. Dog.
Shane was nice.
I seen dog in him. I was like, oh man, he's about to. I was excited. I was like, yeah, he's about to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
So he's seen Dog and Devin in sparring inside camp, getting ready for Jose Ramirez. That's why he's so mad. He said he's seen Dog in him. He said that's why Devin pissed him off.
He about to put hands on this dude.
Yeah.
And so, I say all that to say, like, yeah, he did what he had to do. And I know that he he's a way better fighter than what he showed that night. And I'm sure that when he gets other fights, he's going to, be careful because he can't fight. But he just did show up that fight. But he can't fight, though.
Definitely. Maybe it was the year layoff, and then he was beaten by Ryan Garcia. But now he just wanted to get his feet wet. He was a little reluctant to exchange in the pocket because he wanted to get his confidence back. Now probably he has a confidence now, and then he'll perform a lot better in the next fight. And listen to some of those wise words that you gave him.
Yeah, I think so. I think that like. He was in the ring with the guys that were pretty good, that were really good, and actually pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? Like he was sparring with good guys, and guys that were in a small ring. So he actually could do it, but just like you said, he just get his feet wet. It's a mental thing for him.
Yes.
Maybe the next time he goes out there, his mind will be a little different because his skill wise, his fighting, also like movements or whatever. That man he's on point. Devin was on point skill wise. Now mentally for that fight, I guess he needed to get his foot wet, and then maybe this next fight will be a little different. But he can fight though. I know that.
Your words will.
But what I'm saying, man, they being nice to Devin, because the honest truth is mad fighters. It's a list of fighters, front and back, that took a year off and came back and didn't fight totally different. And if they did, it was an improvement. Devin Haney came back fighting totally different. More than that, it took a year off and came. It's not fighters that took 2 or 3 years off and came back just moving around the ring like that and looking like they was concerned about engaging. You understand me? So it's more than that. It has to be. You feel me? Salute to you, KP from KC. What is popping with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for hitting that link.
What's going on, Ash? How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's good with you?
Nothing much. The Devin Haney thing. He's a different fighter. It changed him.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta accept it for what it is. People want to dance around the topic and act like it didn't. It did. It did. It changed him. I hope he can get it back, but I don't know. Usually when you lose it like that, it's usually gone. Even though he's a younger fighter, it's usually gone. A fighter that was changed like that in the ring, I think, years ago that we seen, very famous fighter, Hector Camacho, when he fought Chavez. He never was the same.
Yeah.
Mildred Taylor, after he fought Chavez, he never was the same. It just happens. Do I think the guy cheated? Yeah, he cheated.
Yeah.
That doesn't still change the fact that the guy still has to live with that he's a changed fighter now. Another fighter that was never the same, even though he was great, is the fighter that's talking about him right now. Shane Mosley after Vernon Forrest was never the same fighter. He won some fights.
Yeah.
But he just never was the Shane Mosley before that. She never was. Just is what it is. It happens. But I would say this. I mean, as good as Devin Haney is, he's a good fighter. He never was as great as Shane Mosley was as lightweight. Never. I don't care if he was undisputed or not.
Shane was nice.
Shane Mosley at 135 was a terror.
Yeah, he's nice.
He was something like we hadn't seen since before him.
Yeah, pop. Yeah.
Yeah, the pop and speed that he had at 35 was unreal.
Yeah.
So, like, people can try to play this game. I mean, it is what it is. In the comparison of the fighters, Devin Haney's a good fighter in his era. I hope he can get it back. I just really wish that they would get him a consistent trainer and stop playing around.
You want to bring up the trainers? Salute to you, Bruce Gas, Boxer Jazz, and more. Salute to you, young man. What is popping?
I mean, how many times have we seen guys dance around with trainers like that? The only guys that kind of do that stuff was like De La Hoya did it, and then it didn't work. When it came to him winning those big fights.
I've talked about Devin Haney, and the problem is him not having a steady trainer on and off for years. And it's like people really don't think that's the problem. You know what I mean? Because he works with so many talented trainers, and that's absolutely fine that he works with talented trainers, but he don't have one steady main trainer. Like he hasn't, man, for real. And
it just doesn't make any sense. You can try to make sense of it all you want as a person that likes him as a fighter. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it worked, everybody would do it, and it doesn't work.
I heard that his father gets in the way a lot when he's with different trainers. I mean,
the trainer that I thought that was the best for him, even when he was younger, before he won a championship, was Mike McCallum. But they didn't go with Mike. They went with somebody else.
Did he train him for any professional fight?
I don't remember, but I just remember seeing him I remember seeing Mike working with Devin Haney at that Mayweather gym years ago.
Mm.
And my thought was, if you got a world-class fighter that's willing to train you, and Mike McCallum was not a guy that was hungry for the camera. So Bill could have still did what Bill did with Mike McCallum.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
Maybe he was asking for too much money or asking for too much time or a strict diet or something crazy.
I don't know, Ash. All I know is, a fighter as good as Mike McCallum, willing to train you.
Fight the bill. Yeah, I think a lot of fighters really only train with people they're comfortable with because they have so many options. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's the problem with today's fighters.
Instead of going with who's the best for you, regardless of change your schedule for whoever can make you the best. You know what I'm saying?
And usually the person that's the best for you is the toughest on you.
Yeah. He trained with a lot. I went live and I put every trainer I could think of on the screen, and it was like
Ben
12.
Davison.
It was
Mickey
12
Bay.
different fighters. It was 12 different trainers. Ben Davis, Mickey Bay, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather Sr., Floyd Mayweather Jr. Oh my gosh, it was so many. It's a thumbnail. It was a lot of Freddie Roach. Jesus, the list is vast. Zab Judah father. The list is vast.
Because Zab Judah's the godfather of the kid. Zab Judah's his godfather, so
it's vast.
Come on, man.
Sutu Mark, what is good with you? AMC is definitely in the building at FSG. Yes. He trained a lot of people. He trained with a lot of people, and I always thought that, you know what I mean? I think the trainer that he need to try, and without his father in the room at all, is Tarver, and I know they don't want to do it. But Tarver was the first one to be 100% honest that motherfucking jab was trash and that he don't punch properly, like you said.
No, the punching ain't the technique.
Antonio the Lips Tarver, they need to pay that man.
No, the technique is not proper. It's been like that. And when the technique's not proper, you're not going to hurt anybody.
And think
at 47, you're going to need that technique or you're going to get up out of there.
And they don't want to listen to that. They don't want no trainer telling them that they don't punch properly after being undisputed. They think that's disrespectful. But that's what you need to know. You need to know it. You need to learn it and change it. But that's not what's going to happen. It's not what's going to happen.
But hey, all right, go ahead and run that train on out and see where it takes you. If they put that boy in there with Norman Jr., he's getting stopped.
He's not going to. That's what I was saying. Especially after listening to what Shane Mosley had to say about how good he looked in camp. It's not like he didn't have all the confidence to come in here and fight fight his fight. They knew who he picked. They chose Jose Ramirez on purpose. You feel me? So he still didn't perform. So Like, I really don't. I think the next person he fight is gonna be somebody totally different, the opposite of Brian Norman Jr. It's gonna be somebody that really don't throw punches like that, or just don't really got punching power like that. It's not gonna be nobody fight a foot that can punch. Definitely
Well,
not.
well, it's only so much the fans is going to accept now, being in this climate that we in. So it is what it is. They can do what they want. I mean,
Yeah, what freaking card was that? That Tarver was it was the card in New York. Yo, they let Tarver commentate. That shit was fucking hilarious, man.
yeah, Tarver's hilarious. He gonna
That
tell
shit
the
was
truth though.
hilarious.
You
It
need
was
guys that's telling the truth about these fighters, man. You can't all this lying and fanboying on the stage, man. They
who
don't get any
Teal fight?
better.
Teal fought who he fight in New York? Arnold
Um,
Barboza. Teal was fighting Arnold Barboza in the middle of the fight. In the middle of the fight, Tarver was on the mic. He was like, it was quiet as shit. When nobody said nothing. Tarver was like, no one hurt no one in this fight. In the middle of the fight, I was like, damn. Yeah. Tarver was a damn comedian, hard. Tarver was a hardcore comedian. It must have kicked him out. It do that though. Look, it does it to the best of us, champ. But I wanted to play this. The next joint I wanted to play was what's your boy name? Tevin Farmer, man. Tevin said something that made me scratch my head a little bit. Which one is it? Is this it?
Skin friendly and anti-fouling leather.
Yes, this is it. Salute to you, Jarrell. What is popping with you, King? Hold on.
Yeah. What's the difference between pre-layoff Tevin Farmer and post-layoff Tevin Farmer?
So it's real simple.
It's real simple.
Pre-layoff Tevin.
It's not Tevin talk.
Before I had the layoff, my skill set was higher than my experience. Now my experience, my skill set has put up on the same level. But I have a big amateur background, so I know how to just sit on my shot, hurt people, and do all that extra shit. Like, these usually have a 200 amateur fights, 150. So it's time where there's so many fights, but they get to understand the sport.
Now, who believes Tevin Farmer? Tevin Farmer said he ain't have an amateur background, so that's the reason why he did not know how to sit on his shots and all that other stuff. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see what Tevin record is real quick, because I'm not having it. Tevin always saying some outlandish shit out of his mouth. Always. Tevin had 42 fights. 43. Tevin had 43 fights. Salute to the family thing. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
With the super sticker. Definitely appreciate you. Who believes that Tevin Farmer didn't know how to sit on his shots? That's why he didn't have no knockouts, bro. Who believed that? Hold on. Huh? Tevin Farmer, 33, 8-1 right now. Got stopped 2 times. He has 8 knockouts. 8 knockouts. All right, check it out. Look. He got stopped by Jose Pedraza, and he got stopped in his very first fight. Those are the 2 stoppages he got. He got stopped in a 4-round fight on his pro debut. by somebody else that had their pro debut. And then he got stopped by Jose Pedraza in 2012. He really didn't have no layoff. He kept fighting every year, a bunch of times every year. No layoff. Every year. Okay? This is when he had a layoff. It's 2020. He fought in January 2020 and he didn't fight again until June 2023. And he's been back since then. Okay? He's had 2 knockouts. He had one in 2023 and one of them last year in 2024. And then he lost his last 3 fights with Cheese Raymond Mortala and both of them in back-to-back fights with William Zepeda. So technically, he had 6 knockouts in well over 30 fights. He had 6 knockouts and well over 35 fights. And Tevin Farmer's trying to tell us that he didn't know how to sit down on the shots. It's a fighter out of Philly, trained with a lot of people, trained in a lot of gyms with a lot of fighters that's professional fighters out of Philly. And nobody taught this man how to sit on his shots? Or is Tevin full of shit? I've been saying Tevin is full of shit for a very long time. I've been saying this shit. Tevin be full of shit. That football off the screen. Tevin be full of shit. It's believable because because he could have been just trying to look good and win on points based on his early style and mindset. His mindset is what I was about to get to next. The reason why him and Tank didn't fight is because of his mindset. He extra as hell. He sat there and said that Floyd and Tank want to be a tough guy. That's why they're not taking the fight. That's why he ain't taking the fight. Like, bruh, he was asked to fight Tank on Floyd and McGregor undercard. And Ness went to the gym from the Boxing Voice trying to talk sense to him in Philly. He went to Philly to talk sense to him and had an interview. And he said it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to fight on that undercard, Tevin. Tevin looked right at Ness and was like, I don't care about once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. That's what he said. He said they want to act like tough guys now because the ball is in my court. So they want to act, nope, I'm going to do it how I want to do it. That's what he said. I believe they taught him a lot of things and he just didn't want to do it. Period. I think you didn't want to get taught, Tevin. Or I think you're just making up some shit because you took some shit and cycled off of it. Something happened. Because nobody just comes back with punching power. Nobody. You ain't that young, bro. You 34 years old. You was 32 when you came back. You're not that young. 325 rounds. And he didn't know how to sit down on shit. Now he can sit down at will and knock people down. Tevin be full of shit. He really do. He be full of shit. Hold on.
I was just still just starting off. So I didn't know all these things. I just know defense.
He didn't see how he acting. He acting like he didn't know nothing. Like nobody taught him shit. They ain't know. I didn't know. Nobody taught me. I didn't know. My nigga, you had to know. Somebody had to teach you that shit.
How to incorporate defense with offense. And I think it's the difference now.
How you gonna say he didn't know how to keep? It's the same guy that says his defense is better than Floyd. And the way he flowed from offense to defense all of his career, how can he say that? How can he sit there and say he didn't know?
I got older. I settled down more. Now I got to balance power and speed. I know how to balance defense and offense. I could take a step back but still be in your face. Which before I take a step back and be way the fuck out and not be able to catch. It's just so many.
Man, he is not telling the truth. If you go back and watch Tevin versus JoJo or Tevin versus that Japanese dude that cheated him and all of that shit, man, he was in the pocket like shit, slipping shots. That's why he thought his defense was better than Floyd's. Man, get the hell out of here.
Is this the best version? Because a lot of people want to say that when you were on your run where you was putting boots in the ass 5 times a year, is this the best version of you?
How exactly?
Oh my God.
Is this the best version of you?
I don't know if there's anything else I want to
like dangerous, strong, and slick, whatever. Then you may go with me now. More knowledgeable, more wiser.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to hear from Tevin. That was enough. Hold on. What's this?
Ron Goodoff, FightHype.com. I'm here with
Blair Cobbs.
Blair.
Now,
Blair Cobbs, man. It's been a minute.
Blair Cobbs had kind of a long interview.
In the ring, and I know that a lot of
but it was worth
fans,
it.
You know,
it was a good interview.
You know, what's Blair been up to? I know that you've had some new signings and new team ups. You know, shout out to Napper. He's been doing his thing. And, you know, it was a great collab that you guys.
The next time we get out, we're going to be staying out consistently, you know. Ain't no coming home after this.
Now,
you know?
It's weird that the last time I was live, I believe, or maybe it was the Saturday live, we was talking about Blair Cobbs and where he been and how come we haven't seen him since that AB fight. And then he does an interview a couple of days after it. This is that interview. He's going to talk about the dunk, because I was like, Don King got to have something to do with it. But he's going to talk about that.
Like, we got to stay out. We're going to hit a couple bars, you know, couple fights, you know. So, I don't know. It was been very, very frustrating with the legal problems with Don King and just boxing in general is very frustrating, but we're getting through it.
You know, like it just seems like, you know, you had 2 great wins, like back to back, right? I know that Maurice Hooker, like I can't remember necessarily what I was thinking at the time. I might have like picked Maurice Hooker because just kind of the odds and all that stuff. But obviously you won that fight like single handedly, and then
that was a big underdog fight for me. That was a big underdog fight, yeah.
And then the Adrian Broner, I mean, like I said earlier, like you knocked his tooth out, you know what I mean? And, you know, I know that a lot of fight fans themselves, like, they particularly rate Jaron Ennis as, like, the best welterweight at the time. But, like, because, you know, he moved up. But you guys, like, bumped into each other. I was there. The storyline, like, all this stuff. I was like, that seems like the fight that should happen if he couldn't get, like, other opponents. But it just seemed like the momentum, for some strange reason, by dropping Broner to beating Maurice Hooker to going here and there.
All of us see his momentum change.
You know,
just
you
slow down.
Can't get a break, it seems like, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, boxing is just, you know, nobody wants to lose, you know, and it's hard for great fights to be made when you have guys that's really scared of losing, you know. And it's always going to be a problem unless we have somebody that's bigger than boxing to control these things. But like as far as these promoters, they'll always find a way to, like, you know, keep their presses gym safe. You know, Virgil Ortiz is safe because I went on a 2-year layoff after the Maurice Hooker fight. Because why? Because I beat Hooker and Brad Solomon in way better fashions under better conditions. You know, like Brad Solomon had 2 weeks to prepare. He had 3 months to prepare for me. Maurice Hooker didn't have a broken hand before the fight. You know what I mean? They fought, and he actually had to make weight. He wasn't nowhere near weight when he fought me. You know what I mean? Like, and he had a broken hand before the fight. And when he went down, he didn't go down from Virgil's punches. He went down because the agony of his hand. After seeing those things, Golden Boy thought, you know what, they said it to me too, that, you know what, it's too risky for you to fight Virgil. And so I'm like, okay, so am I going to get my release in 90 days? Say, oh, no. And now I had to go through a whole lot of legal things because they really took the best years of my career, and that time period. Because right after that, we were talking about the Korner, we talked about this, we talked about that. So Blair Cobbs is saying that he was basically set up to lose all of his fights, and because he won them, most of his fights, because he won those fights, they put him on the back burner. They didn't really have anybody for him to fight because the people he wanted to fight, he thought he was he did what he needed to do to get certain fights, and they wasn't going to let him have them because they thought that they would mess up the apple cart, basically. So he said they took the best part years of his career. We all know that Blair didn't start really young on the scene. He wasn't that young. He was a little older when he started to be on big cards. So the fact that he has been missing in action for a few years, and the fact that he is a name enough to put on a lot of undercards and have a good fight with, and the fact that he's a talker and he's a character enough to make a fight, I think they did a disservice to boxing, not putting Blair Cobbs with a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Especially some names. I don't think Virgil Ortiz should have been a person that he wanted to fight, but there's a lot of fighters out there that would have matched really good with Blair Cobbs. And even to this day, because he's a talker, it's a lot of fighters right now at welterweight that will make a great main event with him, or a very nice piece for an undercard, because he's a talker. But let's continue. Talking about a lot of big fights that we could have ran together, and I could have conquered the world within those 2 years. But it's very interesting, And then now with the whole Broner fight, I don't think Don really saw me winning that fight. I had to actually pick up my belt from Germany because they just refused to give me the belt.
That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy.
Obviously, it had Adrian Broner's face all over.
That's crazy.
It's okay. They could have just still gave it to me.
Bogus as hell.
If you have an EBT card, you're leaving money on the table.
Oh, hell no.
Under the 2025
EBT card.
Face all over. It's okay. They could have just still gave it to me.
That's crazy. I remember when I was at the Top Rank gym. I won't say what fighter specifically, but I was just like, they did but I know the
fight with Rolly shouldn't have happened. That was supposed to be me. Ryan was supposed to lose to me, not Rolly.
You're talking about you were supposed to fight Ryan.
Yeah, like that.
That season card.
That's supposed to be my fight, not Ryan, not Rolly fight. You know what I mean? But it's just a whole lot of nonsense. Don can't be there to do something, to use his influence or anything like that. He's kind of just stuck in Florida, and I don't know. I don't know what's next for them. I mean, they say they're going to do a fight, but I'm like, God damn, it's been over a year now. We could have got a bunch of fights together, or you could have just released me and let me do what I gotta do outside of you guys.
Don King
they just made it
up.
very, very difficult. And
what's holding them up?
It's hard to tell somebody like that's have such a unbelievably beautiful history with boxing. I mean, ugly too, but he was definitely one of the best to ever do it. So I don't know. I wish nothing but the best from him. Hopefully they hopefully they're good.
I know there's promoters and contracts and things like that. I know
Yeah, this is a long interview, and I wasn't going to sit here and play the whole interview. I just wanted to play the fact that why he wasn't fighting. For real. Hold on.
Don't get me wrong, okay? He's a good fighter, a great fighter. I always say before I see him calling me out and want to fight and everything, I say before he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
So Postal wasn't elite?
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
Oh, because
Who's
so
that
he
guy?
wasn't commercialized. He wasn't.
Who's
He
that
wasn't
Postal?
great. Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
What? 40 years old champion in that moment beat Mr. Posta in my gym. I saw that.
So Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
Ricky Bones doesn't elite.
Okay.
He's not elite.
It sounded like he said Ricky Bums.
I'm going to fight another elite.
There is
fighter
a
in
champions,
September.
good fighters, but elite fighters is different.
So,
Wait.
So I'm gonna fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we're
We're
gonna
gonna find out.
Then we're
We're
gonna
gonna
find
find
out.
out.
Then we're
And
gonna
don't get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great
You ain't
fighter.
gotta tell
But
me
you're
I'm
gonna
great.
find out. I hope
But I'm talking about
your
elite.
uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money because it's gonna be the last.
Huh?
That's
It
for
may
sure.
be. It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
But you know, after fighters fight me, they never the same. So I just hope your career continue.
If you
afterwards.
look my career, never say after me. Don't
All
get
right.
me wrong, okay?
Okay,
He's a good
listen.
fighter, a great fighter. I always
Listen. Why? I know a lot of people was expecting him to say one of two names. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't say neither one of them. If you ask, depending on who you ask, he hasn't fought no elite fighter. You know what I mean? But I don't know a lot of people that would say Victor Postal was an elite fighter. And I don't really know that many people that would say Ricky Burns was either. And to be honest, like I said, man, to have certain titles and stuff like that, and for people to agree on these titles and be correct in definition, you would have to have accolades or some type of accomplishments. And all of that shit boils down to politics. All of that shit boils down to opportunity. Now, because I know and you know that Terrence Crawford got his first undisputed title at 140 pounds. And I know and you know that he got it from Julius Ndongo. And everybody on the planet know that they were not on the same level when they fought each other, but he was the guy that he was supposed to fight because he beat the other guys for the titles. Does that mean that, you know, he was an elite fighter? Does he really stack up to the other people that we wouldn't say is elite? Would those fighters beat Julius Ndongo? Yes. So, I mean, like all of these titles that you give people, I mean, it's to me, it means nothing. It's that shit is neither here or there. Did that fighter mirror you? And was he on the same level as you? That's really all that matters nowadays. Because we got weight bullies, we got people that's manipulating the system, we got people that is high ranked that not supposed to be. We got people that really don't have that good footwork or boxing IQ or really have slow hand speed or don't have no pop that got a title. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, all of that stuff is neither here or there, but I really think that Terrence Crawford is one of the biggest haters in the game. For him not to mention anybody else besides those two fighters shows that he's a hater. And he don't even need to say Earl's name, because you see he probably got so much backlash for not saying anybody else's name besides those two names that the last interview press conference that he had to make it a point and say, I think my best win was such and such, but I know the fans would want me to say Earl Spence. Why say that part? Because you know you fucked up when you said Victor Postal. Victor Postal and Ricky Burns, nigga, out of everybody in your career, you didn't even have to say Earl's name. But Ricky Ricky Burns and Victor Postol, those are people from how many weight classes ago? And that doesn't even matter to Bud. You're not thinking about, even if you're right, and the two people that you fought that was elite was Ricky Burns and Victor Postol. How many years ago was that? That was damn near a decade ago. That was like 6 weight classes ago. It's like 4 weight classes, bro. It's just not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. And I think he truly be disappointing a lot of people, for real. Even his fans, and they just don't want to admit it. He just be disappointing a lot. Hold on. But all of us said that he had a weak resume. This ain't the first time that people said that shit. This right here, I knew what Terrence Crawford's answer was when he said this. Salute to you, Dolores Vanessa. What is good with you? Salute to you, Queen. What is popping with you? Hope all is well. And how Crawford has an outside baby right now is the cherry on top of his egotistical and low down he is. I ain't even want to. When I heard that he just came out the blue and tweeted that he was single, made me laugh. It really did. And everybody should say nobody asked you. Nobody asked you, Bud. Because if somebody did, that's who you should be sending that text to. It should be a text. It should be a text. You should not be tweeting that for the world to see. You should be sending that to your newfound baby mother. That's who you should be sending it to. But he's such a dog. He want the world to know while he just had a fresh baby. Like, bro, he's worse than Future. You worse than Future. For him to say that he never was married, though, bro, I don't know. Women be, my God. It be some lucky men and lucky women out here when they find men and women to put up that with their behavior. Because there ain't no goddamn way that I'm going to drop 5-7 kids of a man and when we're not married. That's crazy as hell. So he just going to make sure you don't never get another relationship because he put that many babies. That many babies came out to you, but bro, get the fuck. That's a lot of kids. And then once you get to know somebody and he be like, yo, so how long was you married to him? And you tell him that you have one baby daddy with 7 kids. And then he asks how long you was married and you say never. You know how that man gonna look at you? I'm just saying. I just think I think it was weird.
And of course, look, you've accomplished everything. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You've been undisputed now in 2 weight classes. This would give you undisputed championship in the 3rd weight class. But not just that, you're fighting an all-time
my
great.
God. Or took half his shit.
If you beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez at 168, is that why you want it?
Well, when I beat him.
When you beat him.
Definitely. The stakes is high. It's high risk, high reward type of fight. And I'm looking forward to it.
When would you say, from memory, that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it.
Now, right there, I knew what he was going to say. I knew he was going to be like, well, because I was so mad at Earl Spence and that people liked Earl and kept saying Earl was going to beat me up, kept bringing up Earl. I was so mad at Earl, I had to keep thinking about Earl Spence. So when Earl and his fans kept saying that he was going to fight Canelo, I wanted to take that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do what he was doing and beat him to it. That's exactly what I thought he was going to say.
A couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo, then just, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? How long his arms and things like that, just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like that. And when he walk out the ring, I'm looking at him I'm like, all that big. So me talking to him with Turki and Turki not wanting to fight. And me like, yeah, this is the fight that I want, being that.
He skipped like 2-3 years in between that situation. In between Earl Spence And between Earl Spence wanting to fight Canelo and Turki wanting to fight, bruh, you skipped 3-4 years, bruh. You skipped a lot of time in between there. But you know how it is when you see somebody you don't like and other people like them. You want whatever his goal is now your goal. That's basically what Bud said. It was never his goal to fight Canelo ever. That's why he sat there in the interview and said, "Else weight classes for a reason. I wouldn't fight him." That's why he said it. He didn't know that it was a goal of Earl Spence when he said that. That's why he said it. But now he's up here and he don't like Earl. It's now his goal. That's basically, I knew it. I knew that's what he was going to say. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I damn sure knew. Hold on. They said Oscars clap back.
Time of the week again. Time for the only segment that gives you the facts and makes you laugh.
Oscar funny as hell.
Thursdays. So the ridiculous promotion of Canelo Crawford has given me lots of good ammunition. First, let's take it back to last week when this photo was taken of Canelo and Crawford having dinner together. Like they're best friends. I love you, man. Their buddies, like they were family friends. I mean, can you imagine Muhammad Ali or like Joe Frazier having dinner together? Can you imagine Mike Tyson and Mitch Green before a brawl? What the fuck? No boxing fan wants to see two fighters having dinner together.
We could have the dinner on Wednesday night.
We want bad blood. We want anticipation. We want to feel like an actual war is about to happen. Not fucking caviar and champagne together.
Exactly. I could never bet on any of Turki's fights, yo. He take the whole shit out of you. Don't know who gonna win if Turkey's involved. Shit.
While they're staging their trilogy. Jesus Christ. Right, so after their dinner date together, Canelo and Crawford said on the press tour that I think started in Riyadh, New York, and Vegas. So here's a clip of their shit talking.
I'm very excited for this fight. We'll see.
That's late, right? Oh, and Canelo elaborated on his career plans.
Maybe you will see me in the WWE.
Okay, great, Canelo, but please first, before you fight The Undertaker, please fight David Benavidez. And here's the moment when the script told them to shove each other. I mean, come on. Anybody else not buying this drama?
Nobody got time for this.
Crawford, if you want to actually make Canelo mad, just tell the truth about him and his tainted meat.
And Canelo failed 2 drug tests.
And when asked what time the fight will take place,
I don't know.
good friend Turki on the Sheep gave an answer that left everybody puzzled.
What are we looking at here?
I mean, I'm sorry, Turki, but what did you say? So is the fight taking place in the afternoon?
Maybe not today.
Or is it taking place in the
Maybe
evening?
not tomorrow.
Maybe not tomorrow.
Because if it's in the evening, that means Dana White will have to choose whether to be present at the UFC match in Texas or the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. And when confronted about his plans, Dana White simply chose to be the Neanderthal that he is, dodging the question and calling me a douchebag. I mean, it's ironic coming from the guy who's a fucking walking billboard for affliction. I mean, we can all agree, if you look up the word douchebag, in the dictionary, Dana White's photo pops up.
Yeah.
Dana went on to say he enjoys working with Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, but won't work with lunatics like De La Hoya and Bob Arum. So in other words, Bob and I know he's a joke and won't work with him. And I can only assume that Al Heyman feels the same way. I hate him. Oh, and Dana, you can call me anytime, brother. Because I have lots of great fighters to make great fights with. Oh, but shit, wait. You don't have any fighters. And for God's sake, dude, man, get a big shirt. Get tight. Maybe some slacks. Get on blood pressure meds or something. Whatever you need to look and behave like a fucking human being.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you haven't built a star in the UFC in 5 years. Maybe do your job and stop jumping shit. Because the UFC is in billions in debt. Dana, Canelo, fuck you.
Yo, I gotta give it to Oscar, man, and whoever's helping him do this, because he's got help. He got a couple of people editing, getting clips, all types of shit, information. He's getting help, yo. He's getting the script, all of that shit. Yes, Clapback Thursday is diabolical, Mike Biggs. Diabolical. Salute to you, Teach. That shit's yo, but it be all facts, yo. Shout out to Oscar De La Hoya, man. Everybody else getting these podcasts and being nice to fighters, even though they mad at what they doing and what they saying and shit. Man, I gotta respect Oscar for, just making his own way and telling the truth about these fighters and being unapologetic about the shit, man. And funny. Shit is hilarious, yo. For real. Hold on. Nah, I already talked about that. I already did it there. Oh yeah. We could talk about those fights, man. Yesterday's fights. Christian and Billy fought yesterday. I didn't know if anybody knew that. He fought Selecki. I thought everybody knew that was going to be an easy ass fight for Christian and Billy. Selecki's not. I don't even think he's in his prime anymore. Not even close. But he stopped Selecki in the first round. Now, when Selecki was getting in the ring, he tripped over the rope. I've never seen that before ever. And I'm not talking about he got in the ring over the top rope. No, he did what all fighters do. He put one foot into the ring in the middle, in between the ropes. And when he brung his other foot to get inside of the ring, he tripped, almost fell on the damn mat inside the ring, almost fell down on the way in the ring. I said, oh, hell no. He's not ready. He is not ready, man. He went in that journey, got stopped in the first round. That shit was easy work. Easy work. They didn't give Billy a challenge. That shit last night was nothing. Tonight I'm very much looking forward to Tevin Farmer versus the Kid Austin. I'm so looking forward to that. They had a face to face. Where is it at? No, this ain't it. They had a face to face. Oh my God. I probably didn't even. I don't say that shit. But I got it's on the Zone. The Zone Boxing on YouTube. Where is it at? Here it is. Tevin Farmer versus Floyd Schofield. They sat down at the table and had a face-to-face, okay? Now...
Anything in the IQ, you iffy a little bit, right?
June, ever Paul in the is how are you feeling right now going into this fight?
I feel good, healthy, ready to go.
Garrett Tevin described you as another day at the office.
Yeah, they basically
somebody had to hold 100 punches, and in the later rounds, I was the dominant one. So
what's his name? Kid Austin was basically really respectful, and
what was your response? We had
what's his name? Tevin was taking care of. Was taking control of the whole conversation.
As a father, this level to fights like this, and I'm glad. Oh, the best in the don't see that happening. But the boxing to go back to where boxing used to be, because everybody protecting their and they running with this narrative. I'm not gonna say nobody's name, but they running with a narrative that you gotta be undefeated. But the greatest fighters in the world in history lost. I got 8 losses, but I'm still one of the best.
Yeah, 8 losses.
Here. Maybe not on the pound for pound list because of my record or whatever it may be, but skill for skill, I am one of the best in the world, hands down, and nobody can take that from me. I know that for a fact.
So when he beat you, what they gonna say?
And in comes Kid Austin Daddy.
I don't see that happening.
But when
he beat you.
On the side.
If he beat you,
I
that mean he the best.
I don't go off if. Now, what I could say,
if he beat you,
if he put up a good fight, then.
But that view be different.
Yeah, if he put up a good fight, he's gonna lose. But if he put up a good fight, we can say that kid got something. You know why? Because you just can't put up a good fight with somebody or beat somebody one time and consider the best. You got to do it over and over and over. Like, it's easy to become world champion, but it's not easy to stay world champion. You got to do you got to do it. You got to do this over and over and over. So, like for example, you got the young guys that beat you got certain guys that beat bigger fighters than they were supposed to be, right? But do that make them the top? No, because you got to do it again. You got to do it again. You got to do it again. I've been doing this shit for so long, and I'm proved. I came in at the underdog, 16 amateur fight. I started at 19. He probably started. How old you started boxing? Two. I started at 19. 16 amateur fights, right? 16 was put on the back burner. I lost 4 of my first whatever. I was 12-4. I lost early in my career, and then turned that shit around, and start whooping the ass, and then became the most active. I would say world champion, but the most active fighter in the world. Then Tirabashev gets shot in my hand the same year, and then win the championship that same year in December against Kenichi Ogawa. They robbed me. I get robbed. He got popped for steroids. I gotta go to Australia. I already beat this title. Then I gotta go to Australia, go in his backyard, beat him, then fight 5 times in 1 year. Then I take a long hit with a layoff when I lost to JoJo, and then come back and become the most active fighter in the world again. This shit is history, man. I'm a legend. I'm a legend.
Favorite fighters. But there's a piece you're missing.
Hey, look. My story alone make me a legend. My story alone. Even if I never become world champion again, which I will become a 2-time champion, my story alone make Tevin Foreman a legend, because these dudes not doing what I'm doing, and these people is not the fans in the world is not motivated like they are by me. Huh?
He should miss it though. Since he was 17.
Well, let's let Floyd win. What did you think of what you just heard?
I was world champion when he was like 13.
Hold on. Tevin, keep it here. What do you think of what you just heard?
I mean, I like his story. I like, his grind, his work ethic. But Saturday, that has nothing to do with Saturday. So, like I said, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm coming to win. Do my thing.
Saturday it's gonna be crazy. Saturday, I just know. 3 fights back to back. Arguably, I was supposed to get the decision, and I didn't. And I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that, and I take it like it's boxing. I have it come. It is what it is. I don't cry and complain.
This ain't going to decision.
I'm supposed to pay the 22 round. You think this kid?
Zepeda ain't kid Austin. Zepeda ain't even on that level. Zepeda haven't got Devin ready. JoJo, all these champions by the champions.
Sparring is sparring.
Sparring ain't sparring. We don't rate sparring. Cut that out.
We don't rate
This is 39 minutes. That's 8 weeks with champions. Sean Porter. Let's go down the list. They all better than you. And we're going to go to the champions. All of them, the Shakur, the Devin, everyone he get ready for their championship are better than you. So I'm telling you, we're going to beat you.
I'm going to tell you something. I done seen.
It don't matter what you see. You never seen this.
Sparring, get their ass kicked. But when it's fight time, them boys perform. Sparring don't mean nothing.
Let me ask you this. One thing Tevin said a few moments ago was that, there are levels between where he is and some of the guys that you fought, and that you need to go to those levels before you fight someone like Tevin. You were willing to get in with Shakur. That was planned and ready. Do you think that Tevin is too big a jump for you?
Hell no. I mean, at the end of the day, boxing is... What you mean on something? Hell no. Boxing is boxing.
Boxing not boxing.
Boxing is boxing. At the end of the day,
boxing not boxing, son.
I ain't in it, because at the end of the day,
you don't have to argue with him.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying. I'm saying facts. At the end of the day,
somebody in the background said, "Is he a kid or a baby?"
He get to go home when he lose. He get to go to
Tevin told him chill.
That nice house he got. He don't lose nothing. I lose everything.
I got a lot more. I got a lot more on the comments.
You made your money.
Yeah, but I can make more.
You're good in life, bro. I didn't make it to.
Hey, look, and I respect that, right? I respect. So if it's about the money, it's cool. But it's not the way to go about it. Not fighting me. You better off taking. You better off
not fighting me.
Shakur and taking making more money.
All
That's what
y'all in the way.
to take less money to fight me is crazy.
Y'all in the way.
He makes
What got in the way,
bitch?
What did you say?
What got in the way? Has been number 1 at 135 across all 4 of the sanctioning bodies.
Red 41 ATX. What is popping with King? Definitely appreciate you.
Could certainly argue he won a decision. Why do you think that you're on a different level than someone like William Zepeda?
Because I believe in myself. At the end of the day, I'm in there for my legacy. Like I said, I want to leave something for my son at the end of the day. I got something to prove. So, like I said, I'm not trying to compare myself to Zepeda, go back and forth. Saturday we fight, and Saturday is going to show. So
I can't wait to see her today. I'm in the gym all the time, so this is not even a camp for me. I'm always in shape. Even after I got out of the ring with Zepeda, the first time, more tired. I got out of there. I got back in the gym. Forced Zepeda, got back in the gym. Forced Zepeda, got back in the gym for him. So this shit is just.
You convincing yourself? You don't have to.
I don't have to. I've been in this level for so long. Y'all gotta get to work. Y'all gotta
Tevin
get to
Farmer's a gatekeeper, bro.
I've been here. Oh.
I mixed pink salt.
If you
with
can beat Tevin, you deserve a fight, man. Is this right here gonna be a hard one for Kid? I hope Kid know.
He just said you sleeping on 6 sheets. You gotta really I'm trying to get to where you
God
at.
brought you to make a statement for him.
No, yeah, I'm making a statement.
For no
Bro,
reason.
What does a statement look like for you?
A statement looks like a stop. It's not passing 7. That's a statement.
But 9 knockouts?
Not passing 7 rounds. A statement.
But 9 knockouts?
Hey.
You don't believe that.
See, you don't understand boxing.
You don't believe that. I understand your stance.
You want to know how I understand boxing?
Your stance is wrong.
It's easy for a prospect with a big promoter, big amateur career to have 10 fights early in his career and 10 by knockout versus somebody 19 just getting on the scene and fighting Olympians from day one.
Tevin got a point.
Is a difference. It's a difference.
Got a point.
Not the same, buddy.
Big
Not
difference.
the same. Every opponent I fought my last 7 fights was hurt. All of them. I heard all of them.
Well, see you
and 3 of them got knocked out cold. I heard all of them.
Keep
I heard
yourself.
Zepeda wait, with 31 with 28, 27 by knockout. Come on, bro.
Yourself.
And he was the big puncher, and I heard him. I heard him. Bro, this kid, he too small, he too young. He showing muscles. His body even built young.
Body
built
young.
Body.
That's crazy. He don't got a grown man body yet. So when he stopped,
he don't got a grown man body yet. He got all the muscle,
so
but
when he
can
stopped,
tell he's still a little boy,
the
bro.
same energy.
He got a little. Ain't nobody
stopping.
Hang on. Ain't nobody stopping me. Stop playing.
Whatever you want to weigh in on.
Man, stop playing with me. Anybody stop and tell me. Do you, man? Come on, man. You can't know boxing. You need to stop and tell me. Stop it.
Yo, they came in. A man came in with a chair so they can sit so they can sit Kid Austin, senior dad, at the table with them because he wasn't even at the table. He was like on the side, and they kept panning over the camera. So you know what I'm saying. So they brought him a table so he can sit up there. Salute to you, the messenger 215. What is popping with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Kid shows good character. I hope he does well. 2 years old is wild. Maybe he can grow above his father in boxing. Yeah.
Man, get in there.
Get in there. Tevin said, "Get in there." When they put a chair up to the table for Kid Austin dad.
Stop who? Stop you. Come on, man. You don't even sound, bro. You can't even stop Renee. How you gonna stop me? You can't even hurt Renee. You talking to a dog, bro. Look at my neck, nigga.
He said, "Look at my neck."
Bro.
Next to Renee.
I'm not Renee.
You're not Renee.
I'm not Renee. That's the point.
You're not Renee.
I'm not Renee. That's the point.
So what that gotta do?
Hold on.
Somebody from the side said his daddy getting in the ring. Kid Austin heard that and looked off real quick.
Was right there.
I know you don't like it.
Now champion. Zepeda, I think we'd agree, is a good fighter, very good fighter. Why are you so sure that you guys are on a different level?
Because I studied him. He's one of my favorite fighters. That's no secret.
Sure seems that way, definitely.
From day one. And so the thing is number one is about him getting experience, to keep it real. Win, lose, or draw, we don't care about no loss. You can't lose if you gain the knowledge that he got. And he's going to push him, and he's going to have to bring out everything. Now, the thing is his style. Now, there's 5 styles of boxing. He's got a tall style in a 4-zone wide leg, similar to Shakur. He has flaws with that style. It's science. It's still a science at the end of the day.
He was programmed not.
He
going
said
to
me and
school,
Shakur is
sitting
nothing
there
alike.
studying
That's
boxing,
what
competing, since
Farmer
8.
said. Me and
He
Shakur
got
nothing
way
alike.
more. He's
I don't think
6'7".
they're anything
Got
alike
Devin
either.
ready for championship fights. Jojo Diaz ready for championship fights. Shakur ready for Sean Porter. They call him, and he don't lose to them. So he's on another level because he got their champions that y'all look at and put in the Hall of Fame. He's the one that get them ready. So none of them said denied when I said this the greatest boxer of all time. No champion came out and said he's lying. He's just gonna experience that. So there's nothing he can say.
Do you know private spar sessions is totally different?
No, that's where a fighter take the most punishment.
No.
That's 8 weeks with this person 3 times a week getting punched by champions. Not 39 minutes. You don't know the science of boxing. At 19, you can learn from that.
Make it to where I'm at today.
You
Don't
take
know
the
the science is
most
crazy.
punishment in sparring. Boxers. That's where they take the most punishment.
But what do they got to do with growth?
Growth. He been
Get beat up or
growth.
what
He
do they
helped
do
the
with growth?
champions grow for their fights. That's the part you're missing. For their championship
Hold on,
fights.
hold on, guys. What do you think here, Floyd?
I mean, I like the back and forth, and toasty and whatnot. So, well, I like my dad. He making the point. Tevin, I get what he's saying, but at the end of the day, I'm not hearing none of that. We fight Saturday. Like I said, I'm coming in to prove myself.
He said he thinks he can stop you
Doesn't
inside.
matter what he's supposed to say that.
No, I ain't supposed to say that. I don't say that.
He don't say that.
I don't say that.
Tevin don't talk like that.
Everything for me is subjective. Everything.
You damn sure did.
I did see that.
And you didn't.
Yeah.
So your word don't mean
You said
nothing.
every fighter. You said every fighter. See,
You say that most reality fight. We've been watching forever.
Hold on, see, let him.
I'm just saying, like, every fighter's supposed to feel like they can stop somebody. If you don't, I mean, like, what the hell? Like, what you fighting for?
What the hell?
Box.
What he said is it don't face him. Y'all gonna fight Saturday anyway, so it don't matter.
It's going down Saturday, and just put up or shut up, man. I already know what y'all. I ain't gotta say.
You know we put up every time. Y'all see us. Y'all know this kid Austin. Y'all know he put up every time.
Listen, all due respect. The kid, I see he work hard. He in the gym, right? But for you to say we see y'all every time.
Thanks to Restore,
my
Prime Time
God.
is back.
These bros, yo.
See y'all every time. Y'all just now getting to this level, so y'all gotta prove it. Like I get training. No, a level's not beat up.
Y'all
If
make
you
level
think
up.
that, you want to see Saturday that level's not
You
beat up.
want me to prove it to you?
No.
Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, was there a level? Who lost? Let me show you plenty of upsets. The level is a made-up bullshit.
No, it ain't.
It's a made-up bullshit.
Nah.
But let me give you an example. Just Karen, Shakur, y'all put him on that level. Who have Shakur fought? Give me 3 A-level fighters he fought. But y'all put him as he's the greatest. That's just an example for the boxing world. The boxing world. Because it's an illusion. That's your belief. It ain't a level to us. We came from homeless. It ain't no level. It ain't no level to us. It's only one way back. So we gotta go here. So your level don't matter to us. What matter to us is getting our family out the hood. And you're in the way. And so we're gonna do what we gotta do. So it ain't nothing you can say to him. It ain't nothing you can say to him. He was built for this. Brother, you in trouble.
I do a 20-year-old.
I guarantee you the paramedics take you. And I love you. We'll be at the hospital there with you. But I guarantee you the paramedics take you. I guarantee. I guarantee you.
I asked him how he thought this fight ended. He said inside 7 rounds.
All right, that's enough, man. Listen, I like the way Tevin Farmer's talking. I really do. Excuse me. I like him in this fight. I think Kid Austin told the truth and said this would be his hardest fight versus Tevin Farmer. He never fought anybody like Tevin Farmer or anybody as good as Tevin Farmer, and this would be his first time. So he knows what he's up against. I think his father is talking like it's just like easy work, but at the same time trying to talk like, this is like he's a great fighter, and he's so like Kid Austin's dad always talks like like Kid Austin's opponent is the best in the world and it's his favorite fighter, but his son's gonna beat him easy. Like their whole energy is like it's kind of getting old. They disrespected Tevin Farmer though on other platforms, saying that he got a blind spot there's always a blind spot in his eye because when one of them messes up, the other one goes straight, the other messes up. He was talking about his illness and what's wrong with him, and they supposed to be friends. So, Tevin Farmer took it is taking it in high spirits, in my opinion, and I think he's gonna let his hands talk in this fight. I think Kid Austin is a power puncher, is a big puncher, but I don't think that he's going to be able to get them very hard punches off on Tevin Farmer like that. I think Tevin Farmer's too slick for that shit. I really do. I think touching Tevin Farmer in this fight would be the best thing Kid Austin can do. But that lunging and lead left and lead big shots and shit, I don't think that's going to hit Tevin Farmer. If he does, we're going to see how good Tevin Farmer's chin is, which I think is awesome. Tevin Farmer ain't never been dropped, I don't think, in any fight he's been in. So Tevin can fight, but he's a super gatekeeper. Yeah, a gatekeeper. Yo, I think he's like one of the most skilled gatekeepers in all of the divisions in boxing. Like, I think he's one hard guy to actually deal with in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think what would be skillful or entertaining fight is him versus Andy Cruz. But that's just me. You know what I mean? What's Tevin's illness? He has he got a tick. I can't remember exactly what they said he has. But he got that tick, like, that makes him like look up like every now and then or whatever. Because Kid Austin is his friend, he knows what's wrong with Tevin because Tevin told him. You know what I mean? But this is something that is widely known. It was in the news, boxing news, that what's wrong with Tevin. So it's not like Tourette's. That's what he has. He has Tourette's. Thank you, Mike Biggs, boxing. That's what he has. But I think this fight is I think Tevin Farmer's going to win this fight. I think Kid Austin smothers his work too much. I don't think he's patient enough. And during fights, it seems like Kid Austin has to reset like he's standing in front of a heavy bag. And when he's not ready, he'll take jabs to the face until he is. Like, I don't understand that part. You know what I mean? Like, he'll try to attack, and if his attack failed or he missed, it's like he has to reset and like get his stance right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, when they have to reset, they just jog in place, so they hop a couple times in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? Get their rhythm back together. You know what I mean? To do some lateral movement. Not him. He kind of like he just gets his feet together, standing in the same spot. He really don't move that much. And it's not through the whole fight, but he does that throughout the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think his IQ ain't big enough to box with Tevin Farmer. I think his best bet is to make it a sloppy fight. I mean, not sloppy fight, but to try to walk down Tevin Farmer. Even though Tevin Farmer said that he's not big enough, he said that he was small. He said the kid is too small. He said all of these muscles, but his body's still shaped like a boy. I don't even know what exactly that means, but he do got a lot of muscles. You know what I'm saying? Dead. He do got a lot of muscles. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find out if it means anything. You know what I mean? In this fight. But this is boxing, you know what I mean? Tevin Farmer's a slick fighter. Like, I just don't see, like, Kid Austin has to come in this fight and fight Tevin Farmer a way that we've never seen him fight for him to actually outshine Tevin Farmer to a victory. More than that, I just don't think that he's going to land that big punch to drop or really hurt Tevin enough to stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I got Tevin in this fight for real. Yo, no, he's more than that. He wildin'. I feel like his dad needs to chill on his talking. His dad is doing too much. His dad do a lot with his silky voice. The fathers act like they fighting. Yeah, they do. it's a lot of stuff that he said that I'm like, bro, come on. If he's friends with y'all and y'all friends with the family talking about, yo, we still gonna be cool and all, I think you're going a little bit too far. The fighters can talk like that. Your son not even going that far. Yeah, he was making jokes with you when you started talking about Tevin's eye and shit like that. But damn, like, if I really had problems like that and we friends and we fighters, like, you really don't have to do that. The fight is the shit signed, and we on an undercard. It's not like we gotta make the fight and make the fight happen. We on a Chavez Jr. versus Jake Paul undercard. We don't gotta talk about each other like that. Like, I wouldn't even be able to be friends with homie no more. Not even I'm not even joking. Kid's best bet is to time Tevin with hooks because it doesn't roll punches that well. That's about it. Yeah, I think Tevin has a very nice chin. I really do, yo. I think Tevin can frustrate, and any defensively good fighter can frustrate a fighter, especially if your defense is just getting by that much. You know what I'm saying? If a fighter's not there when you throwing punches is one thing, but if the fighter is there and you almost hitting them, you just missing them the whole fight, that's fucking frustrating. You understand me? And in my opinion, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, Kid Austin looks like he fights like, not that he don't look like, but he fight like he frustrated, like he fight like he's being rushed. If you understand what I'm saying, and if he fights like he's being rushed versus Tevin Farmer, Tevin gonna pick him apart. I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna pick them apart. It's gonna be an easy night for Tevin. But moving on, I heard Usyk is gonna retire after he fight his rematch with Daniel Dubois. I'm kind of glad these fighters is getting in here, getting what they want, and getting out of here. Even though I don't have nothing against Usyk, I like Usyk. He fought some of the best names and he earned his twice undisputed. You know what I mean? I don't got no problem with Usyk. So if he wants to leave, no more power to him. I respect it, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of dogs at heavyweight, and they're getting closer and closer to a title shot. These fights is coming up is going to be beautiful. You understand me? Just beautiful. But I want y'all to do me a favor and name me all the fighters that you know of in the last 2-3 years that Canelo has ducked. Name me all the fighters that Canelo Alvarez ducked fighting. Okay. Now, there's an article out of Shakur Stevenson saying that he's not interested in unifying with Andy Cruz or Raymond Mortala. Now, I'm going to read. I'm going to pull that article up, and I'm going to read it. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read some parts of the article. I found this article yesterday. And the guy that wrote the article, in my opinion, probably don't like Shakur Stevenson, or is just not paid to be nice in his article. Pretty much, there's a lot of stuff he was saying and stuff that fans would say, and some of the stuff was stuff a lot of it was true, absolute facts. You know what I'm saying? But the title of the article is Shakur Stevenson afraid? ? Examining his refusal to unify against threats like Andy Cruz and Raymond Mortala is the title of the article. But it says Shakur Stevenson says he's not interested in attempting to become the undisputed lightweight champion. He states that fighters who has unified titles in the past haven't became superstars. And then it says, so Shakur's focus is on getting the biggest fights and taking on the best available fighters. From there, he says he'll tell his fans, I'm the best. Okay. Now, in the article says the problem with that approach is that the best fighters are the ones who are posed to capture belts, which is Andy Cruz, Raymond Mortala, and it has his name twice on here, but I can tell that they meant to write Abdullah Mason. If Shakur isn't going to try and unify, it's his way of swerving dangerous fights. He would likely lose against those three. That's what the article is saying, okay? Now, Shakur says, and I quote, it ain't about unifying the titles. It ain't about undisputed. That shit is cool. I seen a lot of people become undisputed like Kambosos. Now they put in quotations. Note Kambosos was never undisputed, but Shakur says they didn't become no big stars. Like so, that's what his concern is: becoming a big star and fighting them. He won't become one, so he don't want to fight one. Now. It says, of course, Shakur will fight an undefeated unification match against WBA champion Gervonta Davis if Turki Al-Sheikh can arrange it, because the fight will pay mega millions. So even if he loses to Tank, he'll be rich. At this point, Shakur's biggest threats at lightweight are these three: Raymond Mortala, Andy Cruz, and Abdullah Mason. This is what the article is saying. Then it says, and I quote again, Shakur says, I think right now it's about fighting the biggest fights, fighting the best available opponents and beating them one by one, and then letting it be known that I am the best at 135. Then they put in parentheses Josh Padley. That's funny as shit. But look, man, this is what people that's writing these articles are saying. This is the same stuff that us fans has been saying about the way fighters move, especially about the way that the things that Shakur has been saying. Basically, forget everything else, but the things that he's been saying. So he want to become a big star. He's not trying to unify, and I understand that because that man did that already. He been there and done that. That man unified at 130, I think. He unified at 135. He unified at 126, I think. And I know he unified 130 and 135. So, I mean, not 135, but you know, he already unified. So he knows unifying ain't gonna give him a big payday. But what the bottom line with Shakur Stevenson, man, and what grinds my gears the most about it, and I don't care what he's saying, I don't care what he's doing, it's everybody else that's grinding my gears. People act like what the man, if y'all really believe what Shakur said, and y'all really believe all the things that come out of his mouth, then y'all know that all of it is bullshit. You know it is bullshit. Y'all know your thought process. Y'all just act like shit wasn't said, and it's disgusting to me, bro. That man sat there and said that Tank Davis reached out to them for a fight. He said no because he wanted to change. He wanted to negotiate, and he wanted more shit than what he was going to get. That's what the fuck happened. He admitted to wanting more than one fight. Period. There's nothing else that y'all need to stop talking like it's anybody else but Shakur Stevenson that don't want that fight, bro. Tank already reached out to him, so why is everybody talking like Tank Davis didn't? Why is he talking like he'll unify with Tank's the only person I'll unify with, and he keep talking as if that will make him a star, as if that's your only you know, you'll only unify with Tank, but that's your only exception. Everybody else you won't unify, but you already said no to. Like, stop allowing this motherfucker to lie. It's tiring. It really is, bro. Stop talking to him like all of this shit is so ridiculous, and this is why they call boxing fans stupid. Act like shit never happened.
What's going on? My name is Brian Mazik, aka Unique Mazik, and I'm here with lightweight champion, one of the best fighters on the planet, Shakur Stevenson. How you doing today, man?
What's good, my guy?
Oh, it's good, man. Like, so obviously, yeah, we got this huge card coming up, and you are taking.
I don't even know which one it is. I thought I wrote it down.
Talked about for it feels like about a year, maybe a little bit more than that at this point. One of the things, obviously, people talk about with Zepeda is that pace, throwing a lot of punches. How do you see yourself essentially?
And anybody, if y'all didn't see this interview, this is a good interview, but I'm not gonna sit here and listen to all. It's only 16 minutes that the one that I have on here.
The usual, just to make sure that my conditioning is there. And
Shakur talking about working more than usual for Zepeda. Let me fast forward it.
People who believe that Farmer probably earned that decision. I thought for sure. I thought he won the first fight based off of the way I scored it. It wasn't wide, because those tight rounds are tight rounds. They go either way. But I did score it for Tevin. Did you watch any of that?
That's a fact, Jerome.
I see something here that people are not talking about.
Honestly, I watched it, and the way that I kind of viewed that fight, for the clean punching part, like guys like telling from, they hitting Zepeda cleanly, so he kind of should be getting some of the rounds, but then there's like the volume, and some judges like the volume of Zepeda where he's throwing a million punches. So actually, I just was watching it right before I came in to this interview, but what I see is the same thing with Zepeda. If you allow him to do what he wants to do and what he's comfortable with doing, he's going to do it all night. But once you fight back and let him know like you here, he'll kind of back off a little bit. And I think at times during that first fight, Tevin Farmer kind of made him respect him a little bit more.
Yeah. You just said something that really this wasn't even part of one of the questions I was going to ask you, but you just said something that, to me, this is, for me, one of my favorite things about listening to you talk about boxing and watching interviews.
Oh, no, he's full of shit.
Some on my YouTube, and I never met them, but I kind of knew them through like watching them fight.
And covering this sport for almost 20 years, I've been watching it for over 40. It's refreshing to me.
Nah, not at all. The public don't understand what they're watching. Like, a person like me, I sit there and I watch over and over. The public, they gonna watch one night, make their opinions one night. But even like, I'll give you an example, like the Edwin De Los Santos fight. The public shitted on that fight, but when I go back and I watch it over and over and over, I appreciate it a lot more just because of the fact that I know what I'm dealing with. I know what's going on, and I know what's in front of me. I know that there's a great fighter in front of me with speed, power, reaction. And for me to still be able to get that job done, I think is one of my most underrated performances.
I actually 100%.
What's good with you, Ant McQueen? Now, for him to come back after saying that he didn't like his performance and all of that shit, and a year after the fact and say that it's an underrated performance, it's trash, bruh. And I'm not even going to go into it. It's trash because it took you a year to say it. It's trash because you know what you felt, and you know what you felt when you were doing that performance, and you know what you felt after that performance. It's trash because you sat there and you let all the people that you respect tell you that you was doing things that you shouldn't have did in that fight, like Terrence Crawford and all your friends telling you about that shit, bro. It's bogus. Okay.
100% agree. So me and my son sitting there watching this fight, right? And we like, this is the first time I ever can remember seeing Shakur going looking like, damn, that dude kind of fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, but the fact that he is still in there and he's figuring it out,
yes,
is to me,
y'all are wilding.
Boxing match.
Yeah.
Do you feel that same way?
Here's the thing, like, the greatest fighters, you gotta know, can do it all. They could go in there.
How come this joint ain't
the fans gonna see a lot of different aspects to my game, and they gonna respect this part
to a degree.
Frustrating aspect about the sport, like, like, no disrespect to the promoters or the people that that's at the top of the line and they got the money and they
paying for this and paying
What's
for
good?
that.
What you call it? What's
When
good
they
with you,
don't
sir?
know,
Definitely
and they
appreciate
sitting
you
there
coming
watching,
through.
their judgment is kind of clouded by fans and other things rather than actually doing their homework and understanding who's the best, who's not the best, and it's just a hard game to be in. But at the end of the day, it comes with it. You know, God wouldn't put me in this situation if I wasn't able to handle it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, man, it's
That's
crazy
true,
because
bro.
I know with Zepeda, and I'll be honest, if I was on his team, if I was in his team, if I was in his camp, I would be telling him, you know, he has pressure on him about where he finishes fights, and people are saying this and people are saying that. You know, you can't stand in the middle of the ring with him and go athlete for athlete. You gotta make this ugly. You gotta make him fight. You gotta.
That's his game plan.
I mean, that's how he fight. You don't need to tell him
There's
that.
been some comparisons to Floyd in the ring, and I'll be honest, I watched almost every fight.
So a little black motherfucker named a little crazy man. Damn, Emmanuel Augustus.
Oh, the Drunken Master.
Yeah, them two. Okay. Just because of the pace, like, I don't think nobody else really.
Man, Augustus was different.
But this guy's basically a guy that's 1 year in his prime, 30-something with 27 knockouts. So it should be a tremendous fight.
No, I love it stylistically because of what you
That's
said.
a fact,
like,
the butcher.
You're going to fight this one.
I don't got no choice.
Yeah, because
Salute to you, Mel. Let me check that out for you.
And so I think it's a very interesting fight for that standpoint. I got two more questions for you because I know it's tight. Obviously, you mentioned the name. You probably come up in 95% of the interviews you do. Gervonta Davis, do you have to have that fight this year? Or is it like a thing that you're not even like, I don't gotta even have it?
It's kind of crazy.
Now listen, y'all heard I just said. He know Tank sent him an offer. He admitted it. He said he wanted a multi-fight deal. All right?
Like, you know, like I done said it 100 times. Like, I'm willing to make the fight happen. I still feel the same way. But I mean, more and more, you know, I mean, he got to go do what he got to do. But more and more, it's just kind of like, I don't want to keep chasing somebody that's like, he like a little girl, like he feel as though like you chasing after him. Like, no, I'm just trying to make the best fight in the sport. I'm trying to make boxing great. I want the best versus the best. I want to.
All right, now let's pause right there because I remember the last time they brung up Shakur Stevenson and Tank. Tank said, "Why do y'all keep yelling this man's name?" Tank never said Shakur need to stop saying my name. He need to stop saying he need to stop. This has been going on for years. They just change the fighter's name every now and then. Tank don't bring up Devin Haney's name. Tank don't bring up Shakur's name. Tank get mad at them telling them he get mad at the reporters talking to him about what the fuck they say, and then he get mad at the reporters or get mad at what they say. It is not what these fighters be trying to make it seem like with Tank is just false. It's misinformation for real. He's talking like Tank be getting mad that he be saying his name for real. And to be honest, Shakur don't really say Tank name that much unless people bring up Tank name to Shakur. Like, let's just really think about this shit. It's really these adults, these reporters staring the pot and doing their job. But fighters be acting like it's Tank. Tank be the one out here saying people name, and he be the one out here mad people want to fight him. And no, he be mad that people be bringing y'all up to him at certain times. He do not go live. He do not tweet about people saying his name like that and shit like that. Like, that shit does not fucking happen unless he got some type of business with you. Like, unless he mad at your motherfucking ass and you know that y'all got beef. Then he'll pick on your motherfucking ass and tweet some shit or whatever. But how many people call out Tank a year? This motherfucker is not Where's the tweets at of him saying this dude need to stop saying my name and that dude need to stop saying my name? He don't talk like that. He's really mad that Shakur didn't take the fight. He really mad that Keyshawn Davis didn't take the fight. The nigga mad. He don't even want to fight no more. He don't even want to do this shit no more. All y'all doing is using his name for clout. He's not getting nothing out of this shit. Nothing. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Prove that I'm the best. That's
But he a little girl.
It's not that I'm chasing you, that I keep your name in my mouth for, bro. It's the fight that the world want to see. It's the fight that the fans keep calling on. So that's why I'm saying it.
And that's what I don't like, bro. If everybody know, he admitted it. Everybody know that he sat there and said. Everybody know that he sat there and said that shit. Everybody know that you sat there and was like, I want more than one fight from PBC and Tank. My shit is not charging. Is it charging or what? I'm almost done anyway. The fight started at 8 p.m. Eastern time. The fight card starts. Shakur sound hurt like Tank's in his dream fight. Bro, all he had to do was say yes to the one fight deal. That's it. And this the bottom line of what people from the Roz podcast, and I've been trying to tell people for over 5 years, 6 years now, that these people they're gonna act like they got some say-so in this shit. Regardless of how many accolades he got, all of these niggas know they're not the prize. They know they want to fight Tank, not the other way around. Tank never needed them to say, he never needed their name to say shit. It'd be the other way around. All he had to do is say yes to the fight and negotiate your paper. He wouldn't negotiate how many fights he getting out the deal. No. Al Heyman ain't gonna carry you, and now you mad? So Tank can't get the fight? It's disgusting that people are not acting like Tank, talk like Tank already offered him the fight. Stop talking like Tank is ducking this nigga. That's how reporters act. Reporters keep talking like Tank don't want to fight these motherfuckers, and y'all know that the nigga you talking to already admitted to turning down the fight. You know that, right? If you don't know it, then you're not a reporter. You ain't real. These motherfuckers just be scared that they're not gonna get another fucking interview. It's disgusting. You're not doing nothing for the damn sport. It's bullshit. All of it is bullshit. But I asked, name the fighters that Canelo ducked. Besides David Benavidez and David Morrell.
Girl shit to where it's like he feel as though the fight that the world want to see is the fight that the fans keep calling on. So that's why I'm saying it. But with him, it just seemed like, he on some little girl shit.
He on little girl shit.
He feel as though you chasing after him, or like I need him or some shit. Like, nigga, I don't need you. I'm already fucking filthy rich my damn self, bro. So it's like it ain't even the money. It's just the fact that, nigga, we the best fighters in the sport of boxing. So I want to make the best fight the best. But if you feel as though you got some girl shit going on there, I really don't give a fuck about it like that.
Now, if Shakur fans can't sit and say that he be bullshitting with the whole not fighting Tank and then acting like that Tank is the problem, then they some bitches too. Real shit. I'm not having none of that. Like, y'all go, everybody can go somewhere with that bullshit ass energy. Stop acting like a bunch of hoes. He sat there and admitted that he don't want, I want a more one fight deal. All right, but then act like it. Stop acting like that. If any one of Shakur fans want to act like Tank don't want to fight, y'all some bitches. Real talk. Stop it. Stop playing with me. These reporters can act like that because they want to interview, but don't even play me like that. Don't even play me like that. He admitted it. Nobody needed to go get no fucking research or nothing. Keyshawn Davis admitted that, yeah, I got reached out to. Maybe you'll see it next year. Shakur got reached out to and said, yeah, I just wanted more than one fight. So why y'all acting like he's a little girl? He got some girl stuff going on. He acting like he acting like this. He acting like that. Bruh, for real, if Tank was somebody saying that this person's acting like a girl and he turned down the fight, I will let him have it. Y'all ain't real fans. Y'all are really just trying to get some, I don't know what the fuck. Y'all ain't real fans of y'all fight. Like me being a fan of Tank, when he do some stupid shit, I'll harp on his stupid shit. But people really want to just act like things didn't happen because y'all like the motion and how people be talking. I think that shit is whack as fuck. No bullshit. That shit is weak all around the motherfucking board. It's weak as shit. Shit, weak as a mother. You shouldn't even talk about boxing. If that's cool with you, if that's cool for somebody to sit and be like, oh, well, yeah, he reached out to me, but I wanted more than one fight. And then a year after that say, man, he got some bitch shit going on, yo. He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight. Knowing that this nigga got two piles of shit for knuckles. And y'all shouldn't even talk about boxing if y'all gonna sit and talk like Tank's scared of him at any point in your any time that you're dropping content. Don't talk like Tank's the one, because it's your boy. He don't want to fight, and he admitted to it. And y'all don't want to make videos or talk about that shit. That shit is crack as a that shit is whack as fuck, man. It really is, yo. It really is. That people got to make shorts on the truth about what your favorite fighter is saying because people don't want to talk about it. And then we get called tank-a-maniacs and shit like that just because we're trying to put out stuff that people already said, but nobody gonna want to talk about it. Nobody gonna want to make. Can y'all hear me? My computer died like a motherfucker. Can y'all hear me? Shit. My computer died on my ass. I was almost done though. I was almost done. Ryan kept it real on went to fight Tank. Yep, facts. And I already said, yo, if Shakur really wanted to fight Tank, bro. And I should make a video about it. If he really wanted to fight Tank, his career would be different and people would talk different about him if he did fight Tank leftovers. When he wanted to fight Leo Santa Cruz and Tank and him was in the same weight class and everybody kept saying, you know, Tank is about to fight Leo. And he kept saying, when the last time you seen Tank make 130 comfortably? And that fight actually happened. You could have chose anybody that Tank already fought. It didn't have to be anybody recent or nothing. If everybody that Tank, if he would have fought one of Tank leftovers every year after that year when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, people wouldn't be acting. It'd be a lot of stuff that people can't say. It'll be a lot of stuff that people wouldn't be able to say a lot of stuff about his resume. They wouldn't be saying it. People wouldn't be talking about his opponents. People wouldn't be talking about the way he fights certain opponents, because it'll be the same opponents. You could even talk shit. You can it'll be visibly seen, and you'll be able to show to casual fans that he's chasing Tank because you fighting his leftovers. Isn't that what people do? Isn't that what people do to actually get the fight? That's what Keyshawn did. Keyshawn fought one person. He fought Pedraza, then fought a blown up Lemos, and then right after the Lemos fight, he was calling out Tank tough. He was calling him out hard. Disrespecting Tank not going to help you get the fight that makes it worse. Tank hate disrespect. Right. I mean, he'll still fight you, but if that's all you doing and you're not taking the fight, you're not like, that's why this Shakur is pissing him off. That's why he went off on what is Shakur done? Because he already tried to make the fight with Shakur. He already wanted a multi-fight deal. The fight ain't going to happen. So now he mad that y'all keep talking. That's I used to feel the same way. Y'all know that I wanted to make that fight with Shakur. Shakur told all of y'all that he wanted the multi-fight deal. So now that it's months down the line and Tank got another fight coming up with Lamont Roach or whoever the fuck he about to fight, I'll blow up at you niggas too. Isn't y'all the same motherfuckers he just told that I tried to fight him and he didn't want to fight? But y'all want to come to me with the Shakur energy instead of going to Shakur with the how come you didn't want to fight Tank energy. Like, it's some bullshit. Sutu Creole. Every other race gets respect except black natives, Pac-Man, Canelo, etc. No racist BS though. Right. Hold on. Salute to you, Felix Nunez. What's popping with you? You saw Wilder? I did not. I didn't see it. I heard he got the knockout in the 7th round. Salute to Deontay Wilder, man. Bronx Bomber's back. I heard he looked good. I heard he looked pretty good. I heard he was knocking dude around the ring, and it was kind of like some easy work for him. That's what I heard. I still need to see. I missed a few fights. I really did. They never respected Floyd as a fighter, even though he beat Canelo and Cotto and Pac-Man. Never fought Canelo. Salute to you, Jameson George. What's popping with you? I just wanted to say all the people that Canelo ducked and people saying Canelo ducked both Benavidez's, he ducked a few fighters. Can Bud beat those people now? And it means something. If he can or if he can't, it definitely means something. If he wants to put on the Mount Rushmore of boxing after beating Canelo, and I've been saying, man, somebody got to beat David Benavidez instead of just ignoring that, man. Bruh, like something got to give. I heard they was asking him, is he, you think you are just as good as Floyd if you beat Canelo type shit. Like, bruh, this is you're going too far. And I knew this shit was going to happen. That's why I'm saying somebody got to beat David Benavidez, bruh. You ain't the best if you can't beat David. Suit you, Creole the Traveler in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat.
This is for the cool.
Say keep up the good work, Ash. I'm trying. I really am, man. I was trying to charge my phone without it doing all that, but it died on me any damn way. Hold on. And I forgot my book. Hold on. Actually, I don't really have any more topics. I was going to play what Turki had to say about Tank, but it's stupid. Like, instead of just trying to work with Tank, you got to sit there and go against what Tank said that he don't like about your ass. He don't like what you're doing to the sport. So he sat there and said, if Tank wants to work with us and he likes what we're doing to the boxing, no, bitch, he don't like what you're doing to the boxing. That's why he don't want to fight with you. You don't want nothing to do with your motherfucking ass. If you're trying to get if somebody trying to get something out of me, don't talk about the one thing I don't fucking like about your ass. Okay? Don't talk about that. You want me to fight over there? I don't like what you're doing with boxing. So right when I get, if I'm doing somebody a favor by fighting over there with you, I'm doing Al Heyman a favor by fighting over there with you. Don't sit there and talk about how I like what you're doing to the boxing. No, bitch. That's the reason why I didn't come over here all of this time. Because I don't like what you're doing to the boxing. I don't like the way he talk. I told you I don't like his evil hairline. I don't like Turki. I really don't. I think he's just a biased boxing fan with a whole bunch of money. I think the way he was probably just the way he was brung up in the things he believes in is just he's manipulating the boxing fans and he's manipulating boxing the fighters easily with his tactics because he has a lot of money. And, you know, we see what Diddy is doing just because he got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? This guy is to have more money than Diddy. He over here doing whatever he want with these boxers, bruh. It just is what it is. And they got to bend the knee. And they don't. And a lot of fighters, even if they don't like it, they're going to do it anyway just to get that quick buck. You know what I'm saying? And he already cheating and shit like that. It's just, it's too much with Turki. Like I said, you can't bet on no fight with Turki. Even if you think a fight, like just the whole shit with Shiraz should have a L on his record right now. Shiraz lost that fight versus Carlos Adames. It was not a draw. Carlos Adames won that fight, and because Shiraz was in Turki's back pocket, because Shiraz and Turki had plans together, it was a draw. So he's saying, right, and blatantly put it in black and white and wrote it in text form on Twitter, on X. He wrote that he got big plans for Shakur and Shiraz, and it would be devastating if Berlanga and Zepeda knocked them out. Like, come on now. Like, you blatantly telling us you got to knock these two men out if you're going to win, because I'm not going to give it to you because we got plans. And I don't even know how true that is about Shakur, because like I said, Shakur was never his guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shiraz was his guy, but when has Shakur been your guy? Like, I never, in people can argue that what he don't like about fights, we've seen Shakur do. We've never seen, like, Zepeda run around the ring. We've never seen that. Like, so I don't even know where this newfound love that Turki has for Shakur to make sure he don't lose against Zepeda even came from. And I don't know what type of deals they even have lined up for Shakur. For he gonna fight who? Who's he gonna fight after he fights Zepeda if he wins? Who? You understand what I'm saying? Is there a rematch in this damn fight like it was with Tevin Farmer? And more than that, like he just said, he's not going to unify. The one man that got a title, he ain't going to fight is Keyshawn Davis. And then the other guy is Raymond Mortala, and it's either going to be him or Andy Cruz, in my opinion. That's who he's going to fight. The other two guys that got a title is Tank and Abdullah Mason. So, bro, you just said you're not fighting two champions. The other two champions is Tank and Abdullah Mason. You already got the offer to fight Tank, and you're not getting a multi-fight deal. So who you gonna fight? Abdullah Mason? That's who you got lined up to fight with Turki? You don't even need Turki to make Abdullah Mason fight. It just don't make any sense, bro. It just don't make any sense. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. The fight should we probably got what, an hour, 2 hours probably before the fights happen, which is good because I'm gonna give me something to eat. Salute to everybody that came in the building, man. I might go live 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, depending on how these fights go, if it's entertaining or not. Because if it's not entertaining, I'm not even going to waste my precious time. You understand me? But holla at your girl, yo. I'm here every Saturday now. Every Saturday, Ashley is back live, probably around 3:30, 4 p.m. Eastern time, around this time like I did today. You feel me? Always Eastern time, though. I am a Maryland girl. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Hold up. Let me see. Salute to you, 704 Joe. What is good with you, man? A little bit late, but I'm about to get on up out of here, though. Holla at y'all. Please like the channel, share the channel, and tell everybody about your girl, man. I'm out.
I'm working on time. Penny X.